Hello Taurus, Taurus rising, and Taurus moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting December 4th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you out there, remember, if you ever want to get a session, you do need to go to my website. Not email me here, not message me on the Facebook page. Go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. It's the same place you would go whether you wanted to schedule a session or get a downloadable video file. So, what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, on Wednesday, just look at my notes. On Wednesday, we've got Mercury currently retrograde in your 8th house, Sagittarius. That's the area that talks about shared resources, passive income, debts and loans, and things like that, forming a very helpful sextile to Mars, currently in Libra, your 6th house of work, reputation, physical health. It's about to leave, but it's still there. And this is a lovely lesson in nuance in astrology. We can't black and white and split astrology. Mercury retrograde sextile to Mars can actually be very, very good, because this does indicate some kind of compensation or perhaps something owed to you returning to you. Mercury retrograde here is going to actually be bringing something back on the table. This could be extra funds, a shift being returned to you, or an ideal assignment, or an ideal schedule. Luckily, again, this is something that will be returned to you with ease, and it could be a correction on a mistake that's happened within the last month and a half that has sorely needed to be fixed. On Sunday, however, we do have Venus, the planet of love, attraction, harmony, in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, and intimacy, forming a tense square to Neptune, currently in your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And whenever we have Venus and Neptune in a square, we need to keep an eye on habit forming. We need to keep an eye on dependency, excess, because Venus is all about pleasure and Neptune can sometimes rule addictive behavior. And this could be a hobby or possibly even an activity that we start to do with a friend, or possibly somebody who's just an intimate partner that, threatens to kind of, become almost more important than it really is. This can sometimes show up as something not intimate. This can also show up as what we're spending, what we're investing in. Maybe it's an excess of a certain type of activity or an excess of whatever. However, what we need to do is make sure that we keep it under control. What's going on with your cards? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the key upright. And the prompt here says locked doors can now be opened. And this week you need to pay attention to, things come when they come. Alright, when we say locked doors can now be opened, this can be opportunities from your past this week coming back that you either thought were long gone, done for good, or you thought you just had to move on and let it go and never think about that prospect or whatever again. The key card upright, however, is saying, well, before you turn your back on it too soon, this could actually be a week where you start to notice something you had walked away from is now suddenly available and ready. The ideal job, okay, maybe a romantic partner, maybe it's a trip, maybe it's the school you wanted to apply to. It's something that, again, it's not late, it's not early, it arrives exactly when it intends to. Just to quote Gandalf there, sort of. So I hope that you keep an eye out for that, Taurus, this week, because, sometimes, again, we may not necessarily feel like it's coming at the right time. It may feel like the wrong time, but it is possibly something that you had been waiting on that you near gave up on. For your Earth sector, when it comes to work and finances, we do have the Ace of Cups reversed. And this week, it's going to be really, really important to be a little bit more forthright with the constructive criticism and correction of things that could actually need correction, but nobody is calling it out. And the reason is with the Ace of Cups reversed, we really want to be careful this week about letting things slide. There may be some mistakes being made, whether they are simple clerical errors or errors in a site. And this goes for both of you looking for new jobs and those of you who are currently working and those of you just wondering about money in general. There could be a difficult situation that needs to be corrected in the way somebody is deciding how to handle the accounting, how you're handling your spending, or perhaps, again, how somebody has designated your next job or your next project. And the Ace of Cups reversed is basically saying if we let it slide, if we stay passive and reactive, we're not necessarily going to correct it, and we may end up being committed to it when we don't want to. It's an opportunity to dodge a bullet. Go ahead and take it, and people will take that constructive criticism well. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, the others in your life, we got the Fool upright. And it does look like there may actually be a new friend, or a new potential BFF, or possibly even a new romantic partner coming into your space. The Fool does indicate brand new, however. Brand new. We've not met this person before. Even if we may have people in common, remains to be seen. But the Fool card upright does indicate a fresh face and a fresh perspective. Now, the interesting thing is this person does come from outside of the culture you've come to call your norm, but it may actually be just the supplement you need. The Fool card upright can also be excellent news for those of you looking to actually expand on a team that you need to expand on, whether you're looking for a new work crew team, you're looking for a new employee to hire, or possibly even looking for a new roommate or a place to move. But either way, this week we are getting some fresh faces in, and it does look like they are here for the long haul. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Alright, you've got to practice your ability to turn things down this week. Your challenge with the Two of Pentacles reversed is saying eliminating excess priorities and eliminating our most demanding, or maybe reducing our most demanding. This can be a challenge for the Two of Pentacles reversed because it kind of feels like there are some areas of our life that are taking on more or taking up more time, energy, and resources than they should. It doesn't mean we have to eliminate in terms of get rid of that thing, or get rid of that person, or get rid of that group. But it is talking about, you know, again, selective reduction for the sake of your own good and for the sake of being able to make some more progress wherever it is. Sometimes the Two of Pentacles reversed can show up where, you know, we have to challenge a person that is a little bit too free with taking up a lot of our time. And it could be somebody very close. It could be a relative. It could be a boss who we know really likes us. We may be the favorite, but the problem with being the favorite is, again, we're on call. It could be a romantic partner who's, you know, sucking up a lot of time and energy. Either way, with the Two of Pentacles reversed, we have to find a way to get that back into proportion again so it doesn't go excess. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Eight of Wands upright. Beautiful card for love and romance, especially for those of you looking for new love, because this does indicate something that starts off a little bit quickly, something that actually picks up the pace really, really quickly. In fact, the Eight of Wands upright can indicate for people who are single and looking that you may meet somebody and, you know, just right out the gate, we decide to walk down that road. You know, we're not narrating and constantly affirming the situation. We're simply going through that. With the Eight of Wands, there seems to be an open-hearted dialogue right out the gate this week, and this could be with that new person, the Fool, that we saw. The Eight of Wands can indicate, however, and need to be careful about going too fast, because the Eight of Wands can fire off crazy fast, but at the same time, it does feel like this could actually be something very genuine. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Eight of Wands upright says you and a partner are finally going to be picking up the pace on something that you have had to leave on the back burner for way too long as a joint venture or a joint plan, or perhaps even a joint aspiration for the relationship or marriage. So something that you both have been having to wait on, save money for, again, put on the back burner just because of other time, other priorities. The Eight of Wands upright indicates a rapid acceleration in progress here, and so you finally both get to have that gratification as well. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.